Hey, what's going on, guys? We're over here at the Marshall Mansion in Dallas, Texas, getting ready for UFC 277. We're over here having a good party. This is day 2. I'm flying in from Tampa, Florida. Where are you coming in from?
I'm actually coming from Medellin, Colombia.
Chris,
Shout out
nice.
Colombia.
Medellin.
Yeah.
There you go. Ian, what about you, man?
Man, I'm coming from Bogota, Colombia.
Oh boy.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm coming from South Florida, Fort Lauderdale area.
Nice. B-Roots?
And your boy is coming from 30 minutes away in Dallas, Texas. This is my home state, baby.
Let's go.
There we go. So we got people from all over. We're having a good time over here. We have some exciting fights today, too. What do you guys got for tonight's fights?
Oh man, I'm going with Amanda.
For the main event?
Yeah, for sure. I think she's coming back with a vengeance. I think she's gonna freaking I think she did her homework. She already fought her once. She's gonna come back fitter, better. I'm going with Amanda for sure.
Who you got?
I got Julian Pena.
Oh,
Just
boy.
because, man, she looks so good. And, Amanda Nunes is the GOAT. She's been doing her thing. But, every legend has its day. And Juliana Pena is just looking good. And I'm excited for that fight, that rematch.
Absolutely. B-Roots?
I'm going to be honest, man. I'm not
either
the
way.
biggest UFC follower when it comes to like names and everything. I'm looking for a good time, which is like a lot of these people are looking for a good time. A lot of these people are first time. This is their first time actually going to a UFC fight.
Yeah.
So I kind of represent them. This is my fourth UFC fight that I've ever been to.
Oh, wow.
So when it comes to names and things like that, I'm not there to be able to give you names and give you what's going on. I'm not that person. I'm there for a good time, and that represents everything that a lot of these guys are. And a lot of these people are going for the first time ever.
And that's one thing that's
big.
amazing with this community is because we're kind of merging fighters, passionate MMA fans, and then
Yeah.
crypto enthusiasts together. So a lot of people, this is going to be their, like you said, their first UFC event. A lot of people out here because they held our MRI Fight Club NFT and they won a giveaway. So they're out here just chilling with the fighters, hanging out, having a good time, like you said.
Yeah.
And with fighting, you don't really have to know too much what's going on. You see people get hit, you get excited, have a
Yeah.
couple drinks, and you're good. You're having a good time.
Testosterone level is about to go through the roof. I
Oh,
know that
absolutely.
much.
Yeah, you don't like. I think fighting is one of those sports that you don't need to know about it. You're just like, all right, this guy's kicking this guy's ass.
Yeah.
Like it's easy to tell. Yeah, I love it because like it's actually my move. Whenever I go on a date or something, I just bring the chicks to go watch fights. Like it's always exciting. It's always awesome. It's always fun, and that's the great thing about MMA. Yeah,
Yeah, no, 100%.
So those Colombian chicks like watching the fights?
they love it. Yeah,
Man.
they love it.
Ian, like, oh, I'm going to Colombia.
Been there, done that. I got an amazing life. I'm not going back. Ever.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean-
you guys would be like rock stars. Dude.
Well-
You guys would be like, oh my God, another level.
I mean, for the people that don't know, though, this is one of the biggest fight cards of the year so far. We have the huge rematch, as we talked about. Then we have Kaya Kara Francis against Brandon Moreno, which is also a rematch.
Yep.
And that fight is going to be insane. Kaya Kara is just looking incredible, his mindset going into it. But you have Brandon Moreno, who is a guy who is just durable. He's just nasty. And, I mean, that fight, they brought the flyweight division alive again. A lot of attention was off of it when Demetrius Johnson, even though I thought he was one of the best fighters to ever live, but a lot of attention has come back because these guys put on crazy banger fights, even though they're smaller. And then we got to go to the featured bout, which is the Black Beast, the hometown hero, Derek the Black Beast Lewis.
I
And
know the crowd's going to go wild. When he walks out, that arena is going to be
Oh, man.
insane. It's going to be electrifying.
And we're always hoping Derek wins because we want that post-fight speech. His post-fight speeches are legendary. My balls was hot, and and the guy's he's just funny, man, and it's real. It's not like a gimmick. You know what I'm saying?
It's just comedy gold. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a tough fight against the Russian Sergey
Yep.
Povakovich, and that's going to be. That guy's got a ton of momentum right now, and Derek Lewis has kind of been on a downtrend, but is he going to put on a big show, get the big victory in front of his hometown crowd? We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, he gets a TKO.
Yeah, and then another fight that I just want to note, obviously you got Alex Perez and Alexandre Pentojo. Did I say it right?
Pantoja.
Pantoja.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So I don't want to butcher that, but that's going to be a good fight. But a fight I'm really looking forward to is the legendary Anthony Smith, right? This guy is a dog. He's been in the game forever. He's he's a guy that a lot of people counted out, and then he just started blowing up in his career. He's a former training partner of mine. but he has a very, very tough fight tonight against the dangerous, crazy-looking Dagestani. Is he Dagestani or is he Russian? He looks like he's Dagestani.
He looks like a
Magomedov. How did you say his last name?
Ankalev.
Ankalev. And this guy has been starching dudes. Like, this guy is nasty. And a lot of people are counting Anthony Smith out, but that seems like when he does his best, that's a fight I'm definitely going to be looking forward to.
I'm going to root for Anthony Smith all day long.
That's right.
Why?
Why is Anthony?
Because this guy supported Marshall Inu from the beginning. When everybody was hating on Marshall Inu,
Shout out Anthony Smith.
he decided to give us an interview on his platform and give us a chance to absolutely tell them what it's all about. And from the beginning, he stood for MRI. And I think there's no other, if there's any fighter that any of these marshals are cheering for, it's going to be for him.
Absolutely. Well, Anthony Smith, if you're listening, and when you do listen to this, you have the Marshall Inu Army behind you tonight. You have been a supporter with us since the beginning. Salute to you, man. You're a warrior. You're a former training partner. And, man, we hope you go put it out there. And when people count you out, that is when you have performed your best. So we expect nothing different tonight. We're excited for these fights tonight. How's the sentiment? I mean, how are people feeling? You know, the fighters are here, the investors are here, people are having a good time. We're getting some interviews. What's your thoughts so far, Brandon?
Oh, I'm having a good time. I mean, I've been busy. I've been running around, but dude, it's all good energy all around. I'll be popping over here in one room. There'll be a couple fighters, a couple investors. I'm just like, hey, going right. It's electrifying. You know, it's something different. And when I go into these environments, you know, it kind of amps me up to kind of want to get back in the cage and fight sometime soon because I got a whole group of people behind me supporting me. So it's different kind of energy around here. 100%.
Yeah. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's definitely been amazing. I mean, yesterday was hectic, you know. You know, the mansion's been amazing. The mansion's been beautiful. Thank you, B-Roots, for this, bro. This is amazing. The community, meeting all the fighters, meeting all the investors, meeting Larpy, you know, meeting Excelsior, you know. It's been such a great time, and we just got started. It's a beautiful thing, right? We haven't even been to the fights yet. We got the limo coming. You know, our fight club is a complete success. So, like, if you guys aren't part of it, you really need to join because, like, this is awesome. This is amazing.
And that's another thing, too, is, like, meeting a bunch of people that I've been talking to online for such a long time. Now finally getting to meet them in person, just people I've been working with. It just feels good all around. How are you feeling about it, Ian?
I mean, listen, I was talking about it with Julian. This is something you can win that money can't buy. An experience with some of the biggest UFC stars, and you're not just getting a quick picture, a handshake. You're getting to hang out with them, have fun, swim in the pool, play games, play beer pong, whatever it might be. And, you know, that's an experience of a lifetime. That's something that money can't buy. And, you know, we were talking about it today, too. It's not only just an experience for investors and fighters, you know, but this is a networking thing, too. Like, this is where I met Moon King. This is where I met Jake Gagan. This is where the Crypto Kings came together. And it was all because of Marshall Inu. Let's talk about the networking aspect of it.
Absolutely. The networking part of it, you know, with me, I've got a professional wrestling background, and it was all about Brock Lesnar. I'm not gonna lie. That's Brock Lesnar, Ken Shamrock, just anyone that went through. CM Punk had a couple matches in the UFC. So anything that had to do with professional wrestling, that was my knowledge when it came to MMA. 272, when we went to Vegas, like Ian said, that's where I met a lot of people, and it just gave me a different perspective of what the sport was all about. So, you know, everything started at 272, and now we're at 277, 5 pay-per-view events later, and we're in Dallas, Texas, my hometown. Everything is bigger in Texas, and in my opinion, we've seen Vegas, we've seen Phoenix, we've seen Jacksonville, many others, but I have a feeling the energy that Texas brings to sports, if you haven't recognized or seen it ever before, you are about to recognize, like, you're about to see the most craziest of crazy. They're at the bars right now partying probably like 3 hours ago.
Oh boy.
The energy is going to be absolutely ridiculous. And we're kind of starting it here in the Marshall Mansion, but you're going to see what we bring to the stadium is what 20,000 people are going to bring to the stadium. And I think if you're on this card, you're going to witness like just the craziness of it all. So I'm pumped for it just because it's in my backyard, but not even that. Just we've came a long way from 272, just a couple of guys representing MRI, going and taking a picture with Dana White himself.
That was sick.
Literally, what, 5-6 months later, and we're here throwing NFT. If you have an NFT, if you're part of the Fighters Club, you are now able to partake in this whole experience. So Marshall's came a long way, and here in Dallas, man, we're gonna bring it.
And your point, like Marshall's came a long way. We started off, in the crypto community, a lot of it's very private, reserved, it's online, that's it. We're one of the first movers to bring this into reality, going to events, doing things like going to real life events. And now even in the NFT space, that's what we're doing now. If you hold the Marshall Inu Fight Club NFT, you have an opportunity to come out to these events every month or every time that there's a UFC pay-per-view and have experiences like this. Like, I don't see any other projects doing too many real life in-person networking and events and all this kind of stuff, that real world utility that Marshall Inu is bringing to its token holders and its NFT holders.
It's the first. I'm letting you know. Everyone knows that the Moon King's not big on NFTs, but the Moon King is very aware of what the crypto space is doing. Mm-hmm. And this is the first to absolutely put it into play. Now, there are coins out there that have done it and say, we are going to do this, and that is the plan. But we are here today.
Yeah.
And it's been done.
Yeah. And it's only getting better.
Yeah.
This one is better than the last. The next mansion party event is going to be even better. Like every time we come to these events, we learn, and then we make it better.
Yeah, I mean that's part of being a first mover. You're gonna make mistakes. There's nobody that blazed that trail before you, so it's a lot of trial and error. And like you were saying, your point, people tried to FUD this project. Someone was asking me why the project go down. I mean, honestly, we had that hype train, and the FUD came. When you're doing something really big, the haters will come. But, all their claims of it being this and that, it's showing the test of time, right? Proof is in the pudding. Actions are louder than words. You're seeing the actions. You're seeing Marshall Inu walk the walk, being really for the fighters, doing their thing, expanding their ecosystem. So they're not just for the fighters, they're for the investors too. They want to see investors win. Yep. This is a winning project. They want to be with winning fighters. They want to help fighters win. They want to help investors win, and they want to win too. So it's a whole network of winners, and you're seeing them expand the ecosystem, have huge utility, continue to be first movers in the space, first movers in the crypto space, merging two huge communities of MMA and crypto, changing the UFC forever. Now, as a UFC fighter, you have an opportunity to win a bonus in Bitcoin. When did that happen? When have you ever heard a fighter winning a bonus in cryptocurrency? Never. No. Until Marshall Inu came on the scene. And it's all right. Biggest form of flattering is copying someone, and that's all right, man. We're not going against Crypto.com. They're a beast, but we want to come alongside it. Marshall Inu wants to come alongside, say, hey, we want to help fighters. If you guys want to get on board, you better, because we're going to make you look bad if you don't, and that's what happened.
Yeah. Competition. It's all about competition.
Absolutely. And one thing that we have over the competition is that we innovate. We're the first movers. Yep. We come up with these great ideas. We execute them first, and all these other projects are left in the dust. Try to pick up what we left off, things like that. So, I mean, I'm excited for what's to come. Again, being an innovator is very exciting because we're always going to chart into unknown territory. And with that comes good and bad, but it's an exciting process, 100%.
I'm going to tell you one thing. In the crypto market, you are not successful unless you have a FUD event. And we have been through that FUD event. I'm telling you, I've been in this game since 2013 when it comes to crypto. Bitcoin had its FUD event. Ethereum had its FUD event. Binance had its FUD event. I can go on and on and on and on and name you those FUD events. Mm-hmm. We had our FUD event, and we accomplished over it, and we just kept going. And that's why I think Marshall Inu is going to be a powerhouse in the future.
Yeah, and right now we're going to have some guests on. First guy's going to be Larpy.
What in the world?
So I'll go ahead.
I'm going to hit the pool.
Oh, you're going to hit the pool? All right, cool. Yeah, all right. Pull up, Larpy. Pull up, bro. Yeah. Sexy.
Sticker tips, Larpy. Sticker tips.
Larpy. Are you having a good time so
I'm
far?
having a great time.
I think we could all tell that you're having a great time.
Oh man, I couldn't be happy to be here. What's the mic?
Yeah.
Hey,
Gotcha.
Gabriel.
There we go. Yeah, I think we can tell you're having a good time. I mean, a lot of people were having a good time here. Really fun. Yesterday, we kind of went hard yesterday. When today's supposed to be a little hard day, but we're still moving strong. So it's still going.
Yeah.
How would you describe this experience so far?
This is one of the best weekends of my life.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Larpy's one of the biggest investors in MRI, passionate about it. And thank you, bro. Thank you for believing in this. Thank you for helping us reach this level. And I know from here on, thanks, Gabriel. Big things are coming.
Yeah, they are.
Larpy's another one.
I'm just grateful y'all include me in this. I can't believe I'm allowed around here still.
You're amazing, bro.
I
Oh
appreciate it,
my
guys.
goodness.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Hey.
We need a little mic screen for this guy. This is what Texas brings. This is what Texas brings to the scene. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna get rowdy tonight. It is really gonna get rowdy
Oh
tonight.
man, last
You
night
got-
was rowdy. But tonight's gonna be more.
Yeah.
We're doubling down tonight.
You have no idea. If you haven't been to Texas and you don't see how we party, we get down.
It's true.
And I'm telling you, what you just witnessed, I told you about 2 minutes ago, what you just witnessed is what they're doing 3 hours ago. Shot after shot after shot, shotgun after shotgun after shotgun.
Yep.
And when they get to that event, it's going to be the loudest thing you've ever witnessed. Just watch. Calling it.
Larpy, who are you going for tonight? Who's winning?
I think MRI is gonna win tonight.
Oh, for sure.
Good answer.
We're already
Good
winning.
answer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're already winning.
Hey, the MRI, and hey, in my opinion, the MRI guy of the fight, we talked about it earlier, is Anthony Smith.
Anthony Smith.
Anthony
I
Smith
didn't realize
December.
this is his 53rd fight.
Yeah, he's got some time.
This
in
is
the
his
game.
53rd fight. I know he's been around for a while, but he's a dog. A lot of people, I'm sure, have been backing out from his opponent. A lot of guys backing out from these Dagestanians. He's the man that just steps up, gets it done. And like you said, MRI,
I think he's gonna get it
fully-
done tonight too.
In the end, age is nothing but a number.
yeah. No,
If
absolutely.
you got the will and you're in your own hometown, I'm telling you.
By the way, our great ambassador here, Brandon, just got over an opponent. I want to ask you
Yeah.
about that. How's your fight? How'd it go? How's it feel to be in that cage, kick someone's ass?
Oh, it feels good.
And
Yeah.
get your hand raised. That must be the most amazing, most alpha experience ever.
No, it feels amazing. Yeah, when you go in there, I mean, I'm a passionate enthusiast about martial arts. I love to perform at the highest level. So anytime I get to step in the cage and perform and show people, hey, I take this seriously. This is my passion. This is what I love doing. And getting that hand raised is no other feeling. But how do you say, winning is expected, so I want to keep moving up until I could show my skills to the world.
Bro, I'm so lucky to be next year. You're gonna be he's gonna be one of the biggest superstars for sure.
Yeah,
Like this
definitely
guy
will.
on some next level.
Definitely will.
Hey, I'm
So-
shooting for. I'm glad I got an army behind me supporting
Bro,
me
you got the whole
way.
Marshall
so-
community. Shout out all the Marshals out there.
Shout out to the
Shout out
Marshals.
to the Marshall Telegram group, Discord. You know who we're talking about.
Absolutely.
We got another MRI beast on its way coming in. So Larpy, I'm kicking you out. But you gotta make you gotta make
Larpy,
room for
We love you,
your
Larpy.
boy.
Well, hey, thank y'all so much for having me.
We love you, Larpy.
I love
Your
everybody.
boy, not B Roots. Your boy, Eryk Anders coming in this flavor.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Now I'm gonna let you know, man. I didn't steal it from you.
We stole it from.
Nah, hey man,
What they
hey.
steal? Testimonies. That's crazy. What did they steal?
Well, you know, for every intro, the B Roots intro is, it's your boy, B Roots.
It's all good, man. They copyrighted or nothing, man. It's all good. You got it.
So how have you been, man?
Man, doing awesome. Doing awesome.
So we went from Phoenix, not as big of a house, and now we're in Dallas. And as you heard me say earlier, everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah, you know,
What are you thinking of our upgrade from Phoenix?
just like everything else, Marshall's touching, it just gets bigger and bigger, you know?
Nice, yeah, man. We're killing and we're improving, and this is the crazy thing.
Bro, I wanted to ask you, Eryk. How different? Obviously, you played in the Cleveland Browns, right? You've been performing at a high level, not only in the NFL but now in MMA. Like how different is it performing for the Browns and then being in a cage, like performing in a team at a high level with a crowd in an arena, and then you being alone?
And that's exactly what it is. Like you're in there by yourself, you know. And football, if like you make a mistake, the average football game there's like 80 plays on each team, So if I give up a touchdown on this play, I have 79 other chances to make up for it. MMA, the margin of error is not that big. It's much smaller. You eat the right shot, that's it.
That's it.
Or you get put in the wrong position, it's over with. So the margin of error, I think it's like I don't know if like riskier is the word, but like it's like you can't take chances like messing up.
What was the moment that you were like, all right, bro, I'm badass, I'm fucking kicking ass in football. You know what? I could do this. I could get in the cage and beat some ass too. Like, how did that happen? Like, when did you decide to like step into the cage and start fighting?
But a lot of people think that I quit football to do this, and nobody would ever do that. There's a lot more money up front involved in football, and I don't think football is it's a team thing, so you can rely on other people. But I just forgot what I was saying.
Yeah, like
The transition from football. To
Oh yeah, no, I didn't quit, dude. Football quit me, and I just found myself like I'm a competitive person. Just found myself like bored and frustrated, getting in trouble, drinking, fighting all the time. So I just walked into a gym because I just wanted to blow off some steam in like a healthy, like safer way, in a controlled environment. Sparred one time and got beat up, but found that I liked it. Not necessarily getting beat up, but just realizing like, dude, I suck. And, it's going to take a lot of work. So it like gave my mind something to do, to work hard, strive for something and, try to be the best at something.
I come from we've talked back in Phoenix where I come from, the same thing, collegiate football. I didn't get drafted into the Marine Browns or anything. I didn't get to that level.
I wasn't there long, so.
But the crazy thing is a lot of people, a lot of football players do come from different backgrounds. Same thing with MMA. But to be able to stop football and then go into something else, that's what a lot of people don't realize. A lot of people struggle with that. And when you go from being superstar, where everybody knows you, and then that time is over, and it's just like, boom, welcome to the real world. You're a nobody. Your first 2 years, you might be good. Everyone recognizes your name, everyone recognizes who you play for. But, 3, 4, 5 years from there, it kind of drops really fast.
Yeah,
did you have that?
Yeah, especially playing at a school like Alabama where they were winning all the time. So we won a national championship my senior year, and it's not like that's the last time they won a championship since. That would stay on people's mind. No, they won it like 2 years after that, and then they've won like 5 or 6 since then. So people have a short-term memory. But I think like the biggest reason why like athletes that don't make it in any particular sport, be it football, basketball, it's usually ball sports, right? That don't transition to MMA because who wants to not be good at something? You're essentially like a black belt at football, but now you have to like, dude, it's a bitter pill to swallow, dude. You choke on it a lot. It's hard going down. Now you're a white belt at MMA. Especially if you don't have like a wrestling, kickboxing, or like any kind of combat sport. You go from being the top dog, the alpha male, to getting beat up and choked out on a daily. Who wants to do that? I think I'll just go be comfortable and, sell medical equipment or insurance or whatever it is, So I could never do that. I've tried that avenue, but it's just not my personality type. So.
But it shows a lot about your character.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You when you put your mind on something, you want to be the best at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Respect, brother.
And thankfully I don't have like a huge ego or whatever. So I actually, when I got beat up, I was like, damn, I got a lot to work on.
I remember my first day at jiu-jitsu. Like I'm a CrossFit trainer. I've been a personal trainer too. I used to do that in Miami. And then I remember I was like, yeah, bro, I got this. Like, I'll go in and I'll bet this guy, it was some like chubby dude,
Yeah.
Bro, he fucking destroyed me. He kicked my ass, bro. He
Yeah.
choked me like every single way, and I was just like, all right, like I don't know anything.
Yeah,
Like,
I was out there like I didn't start till I was like 24, and I played football, so I was like in shape, strong. But I was out there getting choked out by 16-year-old kids. I was like, damn, dude, what's going on? What you doing, man?
that's crazy.
I got like my experience with Ian, I've probably got what, 15, 20 pounds on him. And we were probably a month ago, we are just grappling, messing around. 10 seconds, arm bar.
Oh,
I'm out. After that, I was like, no, I can't end out like that way.
But it kind of I think MMA like introduces you to yourself because
Yes.
you can't hide.
Yep.
You can't hide. There's eventually you're gonna get exposed. Somebody
Absolutely.
smaller, not as strong, or not as athletic. A woman maybe, chokes you out, submits you. You'd be like, if this was real life,
really
I could be dead. Like
but
this
I
person
think
just strangled
it
me
also
to death.
teaches a lot of respect.
Yeah, sure.
You respect people, because like you get tapped out by like, anyone, and then you're just like, all right, like, you just learn respect. And that's what I love about martial arts.
Sure. And then when I meet people, they're like, "Oh, I didn't think that, you would be like that." Because they're used to like other athletes. Like in a football locker room, there's 2 or 3 like alpha males. No one's messing with the quarterback, so they never get exposed. In MMA, you get exposed on the daily. So
Nah,
like
but
you're like more humble.
You're underdog on that too.
Yeah.
It's way more than 2 or 3.
Well, I'm just saying, like, who's gonna mess with a 6'5", 280-pound
No one.
tight end?
No one.
I'm like, dude, you got it. You just keep
Yeah.
moving.
But it's just like, all right, bro, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. Especially with the gi, you get choked out with your own clothes. It's
that's different.
Uh,
I was talking with him. I think you train mostly no gi, right?
I train gi.
Oh, you train gi? Okay, yeah. I forgot who I was talking about.
Under Alessandro Negeshi. Shout out my sensei.
Hey, there you go.
He's actually ranked number 3 in the masters division.
Nice.
In jiu-jitsu. And yeah, he's the guy that's humbled me the most in my life. Like every time I roll with him, I'm like, I can get him at least, like I can take a position on him, and then he's like, he'll kind of let you. You feel when he's letting you, and then like you kind of do a little something he doesn't like. All right, bro.
yeah.
All right,
He's just working on his technique.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
I'm letting him get this
Yeah,
far, and
yeah.
then I'm gonna fuck him up.
But team check, man. So
Yeah, no. But back to one of your old points or old questions, and it kind of goes in what you were saying, like the team aspects. Like even though football is a team sport, I feel like mixed martial arts is a very team sport as well. Even though
Sure.
stepping in the cage alone, it's just you, another man, and the referee. There's a lot of teamwork and preparation, and it really takes a village to help you prepare for that moment when you step in by yourself. I mean, even you have your corner behind you, even still. But even though it's an individual sport, technically, there's still a lot of teamwork involved, 100%.
for sure.
And how do you feel like that team experience from football translates over to MMA?
It kind of teaches you how to be a good teammate.
Okay.
Because like the locker room, there's no more hostile environment on planet Earth than a locker
I can
room.
imagine.
I promise you. Any given day, you can get got. But with team sports, like you have to rely on somebody. You have to help somebody, like help them perform better. They help you perform better. And in MMA, it's the same thing. Like you raise each other's level. Like no one is gonna be a world champion training with one of those little jiu-jitsu dummies, or just hitting a punching bag. Like you need somebody to, all right, dude, I'm the rock star, you're the roadie today. I got a fight coming up. I need you to be here for me. Let me drill this, boom, boom, boom. And then, I reciprocate that when you have a fight coming up. So it's kind of the best of both worlds for me. Train as a team. You have training partners, people you're close with, you love, you do anything for. But then when the competition comes, that's me,
Now it's on you.
So it may be like a selfish thing, but that's, for me, it's like the
you trained
best.
under Nick Saban, right?
I did, yeah.
And I know he's been big in your life, right?
Yeah.
How big was that for you? Like how much has he helped you like into MMA?
He the one thing that he talks about all the time is like dotting the I's and dotting the I's and crossing the T's, and consistency in performance. It's one of the main things he harps on. It's like it's not enough to show up on Monday, kill practice, and then have a shit practice on Tuesday. Now it's like 50-50 on Saturday. But if you do everything right the way you're supposed to, even like off the field, like going to class, being on time, things like that. It all affects how you play, like how you live your life. Everything you do in your life affects how you perform on game day. And I think it's absolutely true, man. You can't, I'm sure there are some like few rare examples of somebody who can go out like partying and doing all that other, crazy stuff and then go out there and show out. But how much better could they have been or would be if they, got enough rest or, didn't put like alcohol or drugs into their body? They may still be like high level, whatever, but they could be even like a level above that, I think, if, they were well rested, ate right, did everything in their life right.
Yeah, and even then, that's a 1 in a million.
Sure.
Most people coming up, you're not that 1 in a million. You're not.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to name. You're not John Jones. You're not out
Sure.
here doing this kind of stuff. If you want to make it, especially if you don't pick up fast, if you're not naturally gifted, any of that, you're gonna have to put in the hard work, be consistent, stay on top of things inside and outside of the cage, the training center, whatever. And 100%, I agree.
It's not even just that. It's that mindset. Because there's one thing, whether you're a walk-on or whether you're a scholarship athlete. Like, thank God I was able to like get the scholarship. But that mentality, just because you have a scholarship, this is the one thing I learned.
Yeah.
I didn't know this at all coming into school, because I didn't have any family teach me this stuff. But you're not on a 4 or 5 year scholarship.
Oh yeah, you got to renew
Yeah,
that.
you gotta renew that and sign those papers. So if that freshman year, usually they give you a pass and be like, all right, listen up. You probably partied a little too hard, but this is what it's gonna happen. This is what it's all about. And then you start learning the business side of it. And then that hard work ethic kind of kicks in. They know if you have it or not.
Sure.
Obviously, they wouldn't recruit you if they didn't think you had it. And obviously, there's ones or twos who don't have it, who they thought they had it. But that I'm sure crosses over to MMA, because that hard work ethic does come through, and those hours you're doing it at a young age, and I think that's the big difference is you, me, just at a lower level. I'm a Boilermaker, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, we're not.
Oh,
we're
you
not-
went to Purdue.
yeah,
You're smart. You have options. Being an athlete was my only option.
But
Alright, guys.
what year was you?
09 was my last year.
Oh, we played in the same era. We definitely weren't. I mean, our biggest claim to fame was 04 in the Capital One Bowl versus Georgia.
Yeah.
That was our biggest claim to fame. Outside of that, I mean, we're not hitting national championship level like you. So definitely
Yeah,
bigger.
man,
moments.
Drew.
Drew Brees killed
Eric,
it.
thank you so much, brother.
I appreciate you
Honor
guys
having
for
you
having
here,
me.
bro.
Absolutely. Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
All right, guys. So next up, we got my boy Rick Simone coming in a 5-win streak. Rick, what's up, brother?
Hey.
Welcome, bro. How's it going?
Going great. Hell yeah.
How's the
This is a dope
mansion?
spot,
How's the
bro.
mansion treating you so far?
It's been fun. It's been
Yeah?
a good time playing some games, drinking some beers.
Nice.
There you go. Hey, quick question, because I'm one of the fighters as well, but I'm also like part of the team. So I'm like, I've been running around. How is it just as a fighter, this experience so far for you?
I mean, this is my first experience with MRI, so
Yeah.
it's been dope meeting everybody for me, and yeah, it's been cool.
Awesome, man. Yeah. No, we got a bunch of fighters around here, having a good time. Everyone's just chilling, relaxing, meeting new people. I mean, you're meeting a lot of people today. We got a lot of people roaming through this mansion. But, yeah, man.
So who do you got tonight, bro? What are your picks?
For which fights?
For
Which one we doing?
277 for main event, who do you got?
Main event?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's hard for me to go against Juliana after she showed, she has the dog inside of her. And she's we're from the same area, kind of over in Washington State. So I think Amanda's the GOAT, but I don't know. Once you face defeat like she did and Juliana has that confidence, I think she's going to do it again.
Nice, yeah, for sure. What's your background from, bro?
My dad's from Puebla, Mexico, and my mom's from Boise, Idaho.
Oh, shout out Mexico.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
let's go.
I was actually there a few months ago in Cancun and Tulum.
Yeah.
It's rowdy out there.
Yeah, I'm about to go.
Yeah? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
I'm on vacation mode since my fight. They give me a bonus. They give me $50,000. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Let's go.
Oh! Ladies, you already know. Look out for Rick Simone out here.
Yeah.
Easy.
Dallas,
My wife's
Texas.
gonna get mad.
Oh, yeah, just kidding.
He's lying, baby. He's lying.
Just kidding.
Cut. I'm just kidding.
Nice, bro. Nice. So, this is your first mansion event, right?
Yeah, it's my first one.
Nice. How'd you find out about MRI? How did you find out about us?
Mostly from all the other fighters talking about how good they've been getting treated by MRI and yeah, I was like, dude, it's hard for us to make money through sponsorships, especially being in the UFC with them kind of deciding who you can put on your shorts and what you can wear on fight night. So to see some of the guys be able to like give you guys a shout out and everything, and you guys making it worthwhile for them, I'm like, all right, how do I jump in on that?
Nice. Did anyone in particular bring you on board or no? Any fighter we can give a shout out to?
My cousin Vince Morales, he's a bantamweight in the UFC as well.
Nice.
2 cousins
Of course.
in the same weight class in the UFC. He worked with you guys a couple fights back, I think. So yeah, he's the one who kind of put me on.
Nice. And what's your background as far as like coming up into the UFC? Like,
Yeah, I wrestled my entire life. That was it. I started wrestling at a young age. And I had 4 brothers, and we were beating the shit out of each other every day. Yeah, if you wanted seconds, you had to be able to fight and eat fast. So, yeah, I mean that's how it was in the house. I have a cousin who's in the UFC. I have another cousin who's a professional fighter on the regional circuit, and that we grew up fighting. That's all we really knew. So I grew up as a wrestler, and I grew up brawling in the backyard. That's about it.
So did you come out of Mexico or Idaho?
We moved from Idaho pretty quick to Washington State when I was like really young.
Okay.
My dad moved over from Mexico when he was really young. So, yeah, so mostly out of the Pacific Northwest.
Nice.
That's where I grew up.
Nice. And what about your come up? Like your first couple pro fights? How'd you get in the UFC? Things like that. Like what was your come up like as coming up through the ranks? Like getting sponsors, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure it's hard as you're coming up before you get in the UFC. How was that experience like?
It's rough, bro. It's rough. It's rough being a fighter. That especially early on, there's no blueprint. You don't know how, like in a lot of other sports, like there's like they have it at school and college, and then you can get drafted and whatnot. But I mean, anyone can really decide to be like, oh, I'm gonna be a pro fighter, and then see how it goes. So it was a lot of me trying to learn on my way, trying to ask a lot of questions from the older fighters, not making any money in the beginning, working a full-time job, breaking my back, going to practice, going back to work, and going back to practice. Luckily. I worked for one of my wrestling coaches early on, so he kind of helped me out and let me be a little more flexible. But yeah, man, it was tough, and I built myself up, and then I fought in Contender Series, and I won. I didn't end up getting signed, so then I went and fought for like LFA, won the LFA world title, and then even defended it, and I ended up being like 12-1, and finally making my UFC debut, and yeah, that was about like 4.5 years ago now, and it's been a great ride.
Yeah, and 13 fights coming up before you get to the UFC. That's a long journey. It's a rough journey, especially you're still working on the side. You're still trying to make money, this and that. I mean, obviously, I know people have talked about pay in the UFC, things like that. But I mean, there's definitely a spotlight of attention to be pay on some of the lower promotions and things like that as well. It's it's hard to make ends meet when you're still coming up. So having to go through 13 whole fights, go through a career before you could get that opportunity to really start capitalizing on your spotlight, then that's says a lot about you.
You're
man.
one persistent dude.
Yeah, I was close, bro. I was close about that last one going into like my world title defense. I was telling my family, I was like, I don't know, like. If I win this fight and I don't get signed off this fight, I might be done because I feel like I could. I have a good mindset and a good work ethic. I feel like if I put this much work into anything, I could succeed. I was like, it's not happening. But I ended up knocking that guy out in less than a minute and getting signed while I was still in the cage. The UFC's like, hey, you want to fight in 4 weeks? I was like, let's go, let's go.
So what's your like right there? When you're going into the cage, you need to have confidence. But you just showed a type of step back and humble opinion amongst yourself where you're like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. When does that change? Does that change once you step in the stadium, once you get into the cage, during your training? At what point do you say, let it all go, let's go?
Oh, on the walkout every single time. It's like you get a little bit of nerves no matter what. I've done this. I had so many amateur fights. I got like 23 pro fights at this point, and you always get nervous. But as soon as they start playing my walkout music and I make that walk, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to kill this dude. Okay, and then it just flips. It just flips.
See, he just looked at me weird, man.
Yeah.
I
I get pumped up right now.
What's your walkout song?
I kind of switch it up every fight. Whatever I'm feeling during camp, kind of switch it up. I came out to Russ, Italy by Russ, the last one. I had been vibing to that one during camp. So yeah, it just depends on how I feel, what my life's like in the moment. I've been doing this forever, so different things kind of been pumping me up. And but Russ is one of my favorite artists, and I think I can always get ready to fight when listening to him.
For sure. Nice. That must be a big decision to make. Like, yo,
It feels like
what
it.
am I gonna
It's
walk
not.
out to?
It's not, but it feels like it. And sometimes I can't even listen to it after the fight. It'll bring me back to that moment where I'm like, so someone played my walkout song. I hadn't heard it since my fight, and someone played it the other day, and I started getting a little antsy. I was like, I might need to punch somebody right now.
Come on, man. Keep saying that.
Please don't play that song, DJ. Please don't play that song.
Put it on.
Hey, cheers, bro.
Yeah, cheers.
That's sure.
Yeah, thanks for having me out.
Yes.
Someone grab me a water, you know?
Please.
Yeah, it's the second
Gabriel,
cheers you missed.
Gabriel. Gabriel, please. Water, please, for Brandon.
All right. Thanks,
Hey,
boys.
hey, bro.
right.
Thank you for being here, brother.
Of course, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Great to talk.
Man, that was great. Talking to Rick Simone, UFC fighter on a 5-win streak. You already know we bring you the baddest guys on the planet. And next, we're going to talk to our team member, our boy Exceltier. What's going on, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, bro?
Exceltier. What's up?
So Exceltier is one of the mods for our Telegram. And he's out here enjoying the mansion. How's it been so far, bro? How's it going?
Oh, it's been great, man. We've been having a good time. Yeah, it's good to meet everybody in person finally. MRI has been like a real cool experience for me too, just even as an MMA fan and kind of a crypto enthusiast in general, just liking it a lot. Found it kind of really on Twitter, which was pretty cool. They did a little contest in New York. Put it up on a billboard in Manhattan. You guys remember that one. Put the video up. I was running by in the city, jammed up, put it up, took a quick vid, popped it on to everybody, and then ever since been a part of the team,
Nice.
chilling and going, yeah.
Nice, bro. So who do you got tonight for the fights?
Kind of like a lot of the other fighters I heard a little bit. I think Pena, I don't know. I think Pena's still got a good shot. She's got that dog in her, and she really did put it to Nunez last time. That's a big mental hurdle to overcome, I think. So if she's got it, Nunez has all the tools to really be dominant there. But Pena's on top as of last fight, so you got to overcome that.
No, absolutely. And I think a lot of people forget, obviously we've seen how dominant Amanda's been all these years, but we forget that Juliana Pena has been a beast, and then she took she had an injury. I forgot what kind of injury it was, but she was out for a long time, and then she was kind of forgotten about for a second, and then Amanda makes her run. She's on top of the world, but now Juliana's back, and she's a savage.
That was insane.
She's
That
a
fight was
savage.
so crazy.
I'm going to tell you one thing. It is always, I don't care what sport it is, whether it's basketball, baseball, MMA, football, it's hard to beat somebody twice.
It is.
No matter what,
You got a
it's
point.
hard to beat somebody twice because that mental state of mind that you need to be in has to be above the other person. So you gotta think about they're probably at the same level as you are as far as like how do you see like how are you going to train against somebody, but that person has a level that says I just lost, and that is just enough sometimes where the other person is like, I won. Either I'm good and you're not good, or I'm at the same level, but still that person has to prove something. And I don't care whether it's age, whether it's the run that you have, no matter what, it is always hard to beat someone twice. And if you can do that, you're proving yourself. Because you're putting your mind higher than that person is that has to prove something.
Absolutely, and I think that kind of goes with having any kind of like championship mentality.
Yep.
Because once you have the championship, you're on top. There's nobody to look up to punch up at anymore. You know, and you're the one with the target on your back. So if you're comfortable with where you're at as a champion, oh, I'm on top, I'm number one. Guess what? You got a bunch of hungry motherfuckers out after you. You know what I'm
Waiting
saying?
for you.
Coming to
So
take
you
out.
have to be on your A game as a champion because you have to know the entire roster is looking at you and wants exactly what you have. And the same thing concept applies to rematches. That person that you just beat, they're now hungrier. They want what you have. They're willing. They just lost and they're like, you know what? I believe in myself enough to do this again and beat this person after I just lost. So you better come back with a fear that this person that you just beat is going to come back just 10 times hungrier. You want to imagine something way out of proportion
Yeah,
in order
you have
to
to.
prepare yourself for something like that. So, yeah, that's championship mentality,
Yeah.
100%. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I really think Amanda, like being the dog she is, like she's gonna come back. She's mad.
Yeah.
She's angry. You know, and I think we're gonna see an amazing fight, and we're gonna have a fucking good time.
Oh yeah, it's
yeah.
gonna be good. The Moreno and Kai Kara France is a really interesting fight to me too. I think Kai Kara France is really that up and coming
Yeah.
kind of guy. He's coming out and he's got a big right hand,
Yeah.
and he lands it too.
No, 100%. I mean,
But-
I have Moreno for this one, but Kai, he's just been steamrolling. He's been on such a good streak, and not just him personally, but his team. You know what I'm saying? Israel, Volkanovski,
Yes.
his team's been on a good run as well. So when you have that kind of energy in the gym where everyone's just going, they're in that savage mode, they're winning their fights, like it's a different kind of vibe to have. Rather than, you just have that by yourself. Now you share that experience with your whole team. Everyone's just pushing each other, just raising the level, raising the bars up. So we'll see. Like I said, I have Moreno winning this, but with that kind of hunger and with that kind of energy in the gym, you don't know where that could take you. And that's going to be exciting. That's the fight that I'm most excited for is the co-main event.
It's
I'm pumped.
interesting.
I'm pumped. I'm so
Yeah.
pumped. I'm pumped for the limo. I know it's almost here, right?
That limo has been going back and forth with all the fighters. I have no idea what's going on with the limo. The thing is, it's this. Let you guys know, we are in a 9,000 square foot house right now. The limo cannot fit in the driveway.
Oh man.
It is a 4-axle H2 Hummer. And what that means, if you guys don't know that, there's more than just 4 wheels. Just to let you guys know that. And it cannot fit in this massive house driveway. The limo driver came out and said, I don't know where you want me to park this thing. And I'm like, I don't know where to park this thing either. So he's just been literally parking. It's a 3-lane road outside the house, and he's just been parking on one of the lanes. And people have just been going in and out and taking him wherever he wants to. So that's what the MRI Mansion is all about. And I just know one thing. He's going to be able to pick us up here and take us to the fights.
For sure.
So in the
Very
end,
nice.
that's,
We're gonna
that's
be
the
out there.
goal.
We're gonna
Yeah.
be out there riding deep, representing Marshall Inu, fighting for fighters. This has been amazing. Thank you guys so much for everything.
Yeah, thank you, man, so much.
This
It's
has
been
been
a wild
fucking
experience so
amazing,
far,
bro.
and it's just
Yeah.
and it's just starting.
For those who don't
guys.
know, I'm going to let you guys know, there's a lot of people that will see this shirt and will recognize you.
Oh yeah,
it's already
at the
happened.
airport. It happens to us at the airport.
Yeah, it's
they're like,
funny.
hey bro, my shirt.
People know about Marshall, we've been out there, and I think 272, and I want to say it was 273. Was that Covington? Covington?
so.
Was that 273 or 274? But that fight, that was 272. That fight, when people recognized that everyone was shouting out MRI, and we all had our shirts down in there in the first row, and everybody was just talking about MRI. And it's crazy how it just shifted into the next pay-per-view event. And we were just walking down, and people were shouting MRI. Like, right there, you're just seeing the stamp that MRI has put on in the UFC, and it's only going to get bigger, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's amazing. Our NFT collection just completely minted out within 24 hours. That within itself, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Exalted is big
Especially
into
now
NFTs.
too, given all this the bear market.
Given the
we've been
bear
in
market,
recently,
we don't care about
especially
the bear
with
market.
NFTs.
We don't
yeah.
care about the bear market.
Bear market. It's bear market.
Hey, I caught the low the other day.
There you go.
I'm going to say we're not in a bear market. I feel she think we're in a bull market. It's just a...
It's
Oh
on the
boy,
way
you
up.
heard it here first.
It's
You
just
heard
at
it
the
here
start.
first. You heard it
So
here first.
I did make an announcement on the live stream that I do think we're actually officially now in the bull market.
You heard it here first.
You will not see us go straight up to $100,000. No, I don't think that. It's going to take a year, 2 years of going up and down, sideways, and everyone thinks we're going lower. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure.
I don't think you're wrong.
The thing is when everyone's bullish, you need to become bearish. And when everyone's bearish, you become bullish. What happened during the bull times? Everybody was talking about $100,000 Bitcoin. Everybody, your grandma would call you and be like, how do we get into Bitcoin? All that stuff was happening during the bull run. When it comes to the bear market, everyone's talking about lower prices.
I'll call it.
So that's when you should switch it up. because everyone's talking about $10,000. Everybody was talking about we're going lower, and what happened? We just boop turned around. So in my opinion, we are in a bull market. It's going to take some time, but $1 MRI, not financial advice.
Here we come.
It's coming.
Here we come,
we
baby.
come,
Here
baby.
we come, baby. Here we come.
Called by the moon.
Oh yeah.
You heard it here first from the Moon King, okay? You heard it here
Yeah.
first. The beginning of
The beginning
the
of the big-
switch. The
it's
big, the $1, the road to $1. MRI's here to stay. We survived the worst of the bear market, and we completely minted our NFT collection, Fight Club. Everyone's having a great time. Thank you guys so much.
Go check out our listings on
Yeah, do it.
OpenSea. Get a chance to be at this mansion next time we have our party. It's gonna be awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
All right, so we're going to keep it rolling with the marshals here coming in, and we have Mark Suchi,
What's up, guys? What's up?
straight from
Sushi.
coming in from Bali, Indonesia.
Yeah, so yesterday I flew in. It was like 10 hours to Doha, and then from Doha to Dallas was 16 hours. So you
All
know,
for the Marshall Mansion.
Yeah.
Here's the question: has it lived up to its hype?
absolutely, absolutely.
How was your first night?
First night was big. I woke up. I'm not sure how I got there, but I ended up passed out in the cinema with this guy.
Yeah.
Don't worry, the bed was
Not
big.
like
The bed was
not
big.
like that. But
I was big
yeah.
spoon.
No, man, that's pretty awesome. Well, welcome to the MRA Mansion.
Pleasure to be here.
Like I said, we've had many of these events, and it's only getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
What are you excited about tonight? Like, are you more excited about
I think
what we've been doing now? Or are you excited
I think
about the events?
I'm really here to culminate my powers for the after party. You know, that's what I'm thinking about. We got the mansion. Let's get the after party going. That's gonna be real fun. I'm here,
Nice.
obviously. My girl Pena, she's gonna put up a good fight tomorrow. I'm excited. I think
Nice.
she's gonna walk in with the same confidence she did the first fight. So that's
Yeah,
what.
no, I agree. And you came here as a +1 to one of our winners,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So how did that experience go? Did they just
Well,
hit
he
you?
called me like 4 days ago. He's like, "Do you want to come from Bali to Dallas for the weekend?" I was like, "Sure."
Just like that.
Nice.
On a 4-day notice? That's more
Why not?
That's more commitment than some of these fighters taking short notice opportunities. He sees the opportunity.
Passing
yeah.
on all their fights.
I mean, enough said. I mean,
It's only one. It could be a one in a lifetime opportunity, and you might get invested with MRI, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're
Yeah,
here
I
every
love you
single
guys. I
every
mean,
single month.
nothing but hospitable.
Yes.
I must say, you guys taking good care of me, so I appreciate that.
No, absolutely. And everyone here, it's all good vibes here. Like just meeting everybody for the first time. Meeting some fighters I haven't met before, just kind of seeing people again for a long time. It's just really good vibes here, good energy, and everyone's just kind of all on the same page. We're all just all hyped to kind of
Yeah.
see each other, all hyped for the
Yeah.
fights, and then we're a lot of people we're all hyped for the after parties, man.
man.
You got people like this guy rolling through, just kind of.
Do you guys know how I
Keep it
got here to the
bumping.
mansion? I came in the trunk. I came in
Yeah,
Ed's.
he did.
What?
I came in Ed's trunk. I saw my buddy in Toronto. I sent him a picture. I was inside the trunk because there was like 5 people in the car, right? So, and it was like a 30-minute ride, man. But I was just chilling, laying in the back, just texting
So
my
were
boy.
you sipping air on the spare tire or something?
No,
Like,
dude,
what's
no.
going- it's hot out here.
It was
now.
it was actually it was colder than you think, man. It was pretty chill. Definitely. Hold on, let me show you. I'll show you a pic from the trunk. My buddy's like, why is the speaker backwards? Check this out.
And that's dedication.
We got to send that so we can pull it up in the video too.
Look at this. This is amazing.
Yo, I was flying economy the whole way. I wanted business class, man. I wanted the back seat. I wanted the lounge.
That was your way up.
Yeah.
Kept your shades on too.
So have you ever
the
been
shades
to
on.
a MMA fight? Or
Never,
any-
never.
Never. So it's your
Yeah.
first time.
I went to the De La Hoya fight in Vegas. That was pretty sick.
Okay. So that's similar. I wouldn't
It's
say
a good
necessarily the same testosterone levels.
Yeah, exactly.
I think your testosterone level is going to go to an all-time high
Yeah.
tonight.
I'm
You've
excited,
never
man. I'm
witnessed anything
excited.
before.
I'm excited.
And I believe we got some pretty good seats too in
Yeah.
these fights. We got some good seats. The crowd at an MMA event, if you've never been to an MMA event before, the crowd is something else. One, I mean, just seeing the fights in the cage, you can hear all the hits, you can hear the action. Like, it's one thing seeing it on TV and hearing some of the hits and stuff that go on TV, but hearing the crack of like a loud body kick echoing throughout an arena is just something totally different. And then the crowd, so hyped. I mean, there's nothing like a in-person MMA event, and I think the closest thing we've ever had to that was during COVID when there was no crowds,
Yeah.
and you could hear on TV, like you could hear some of the hits and stuff like that. But
It's like you finally understand, like
Yeah.
when that liver shot hits, and
Yeah,
then
you-
they drop like 2 seconds later, you're like, oh, now I
that's
know
why. Yeah, that's why. Yeah. But like, it's just like that cold like adrenaline. Like you said, testosterone's just pumping through when you're in these crowds. It's just insane.
Like when you hear Gladiators of 2022, like you're about to witness what it was back in the day
Yeah.
when they had to fight for their lives.
Yeah.
And I won't say they're necessarily fighting for their lives, but one hit could end your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
you gotta
the
go with
reasoning
that.
on why some of these fighters might come in, they might be, trying to put food on the
Yeah.
table for their family. They're fighting for not only them, but they're fighting. They bring a lot of things with them when they go into fight. A lot of people will fight for themselves, but a lot of people go in there fighting for their team. This may be an opportunity for their whole team to make it. They're representing their family, their friends. They're representing a lot of people behind them when they step in for that cage. So yeah, they may not necessarily taking the same amount of risk as like a gladiator back in the day where you're fighting a lion, you're on cocaine or whatever the hell was going on back then. But there's a lot that goes into it that these fighters put in, and there's a lot on the line. And especially now that it's so publicized with social media, we see all these things going on. There's a lot of pressure that these guys go through when there's an arena just screaming their name and so many people, so many lights, interviews, all this kind of stuff. They're bringing a lot with them. So it may not be their life, but it's definitely a lot that they're putting on their shoulders. So, all right, I guess we're gonna swap out.
All right, guys.
Pleasure, man.
Hey man,
tonight.
I hope
And
you enjoyed
ladies.
that first fight.
Ladies,
it's
if
gonna be
you
awesome.
see if you see some boys with some Marshall shirts, we'll give you the address to the after party.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Yo, what's going on, man?
What's up, man?
How you like the Marshall Mansion so far?
It's good. It's nice, man. This place is huge.
Yeah, how'd you hear about us?
Y'all are my neighbors. I actually live right next door.
No.
No, motherfucker, I don't live here. I'm broke as shit. I've been in the Montana De La Rosa. Her manager Oren called me and asked me to come out here. Ian,
Okay.
Heinisch is my teammate. In
Oh,
South
nice.
Florida. Yeah. So I'm Chaz Skelly, and I've been in the UFC since I think 2013 or something like that. So
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
So we just he asked me to come if I'd come out here, and I said yeah. So
Hell
This
yeah,
is fun.
man. How do you like the environment?
no, it's a good environment. Obviously, I like to party, so I mean, what do you want me to say? I got my ass kicked at beer pong, which it wouldn't happen again. I was just getting warm. Those guys were on the table,
That sounds
You
like
know
a
how it
challenge.
works.
I'm at the challenge. I'm one
Yeah.
of them voter fun tonight. So.
Yeah, I'm always down for some beer pong. You usually catch me running the table, but sometimes I slip up.
We'll make it say you haven't drank enough yet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I hadn't had any beers. So this is a fun event here. What do you guys? Who are you guys sponsoring on this card?
I'd have to check the list. I have like a database where I have
Yeah.
all the fighters that are listed.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
for-
sponsors, but I feel like, I don't know, probably the biggest supporter we'd have is Anthony Smith.
Anthony
Yeah, I would
Smith.
say
yeah.
Anthony Smith, yeah.
Anthony Smith definitely has supported, and we have supported with Anthony Smith on everything, since we started. MRI went through a lot of stuff in the beginning. A lot of people call it scam. A lot of people just didn't believe in it, but we stuck with our mentality, and this is what we were to do, is to support fighters. And Anthony Smith is the one that stepped out into public and said, I believe everything that they're going to do. And we've done nothing but do everything that he believed in. So
Yeah, that's
everyone's cheering for the hometown Anthony Smith.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
So it's going to be, I can't wait. Like, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, Anthony's a beast, man. That he's always fun to watch. He never puts on a boring fight ever.
Yeah.
So you guys so when you watch a fight, you have people that you're already kind of sponsoring in the fight, or people you already are sponsoring in the fight. And then if something happens, like say an awesome knockout, a really good submission, do you guys reach out to that person and say, "Hey, man, we'd love to have you. We'd love to back you up."
Well, sometimes we do like a community vote. So we'll have like a vote where all of our community will go and be like, hey, if we like this performance, go and vote for your guy. And we'll do like a fight of the night or I think we call it Marshal of the Night bonus to those
nice.
guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
What Crypto.com did with Bitcoin, just know MRI did it first. I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. No, somebody was hanging out in our Telegram because what they did with Bitcoin is everything we were doing from the beginning.
Oh,
so
nice.
that it's a little flattering. It's a little copying. But in the end, it has nothing to do whether it's Crypto.com, whether it's Marshall, whether it's VeChain, or any other cryptocurrency that you see that's splattered on the cage. In the end, the main goal is to support fighters.
Yeah.
So no matter who it is, we're happy that there's change being done through cryptocurrency, which is, in my opinion, the best way in the future when it comes to finances. So, we're trying to start fighters and get them within cryptocurrency and say, hey, there's a chance. There's a retirement bonus that you don't even know about. Maybe the UFC hasn't brought it up to you yet. But through cryptocurrency, there is a retirement bonus out there. All you have to do is just hold.
Yeah.
And I will be the first person to tell you that, hey, I went from $1,000, a broke person, to lots of money through cryptocurrency. So I'll be the first proponent to say, dude, just hold. And anything that you get when it comes to cryptocurrency, if you are willing to delay the gratification and wait it out and let that increase more and more and more, good things will come from it.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's amazing that you guys are doing that. I mean, fighters, there are so many fighters out there that are actually fighters in the UFC, guys that have just been signed, guys that are on their first contract, maybe even their second contract, that still, they train full time and they have a full-time job. That's a hard thing to do when you have something like this coming along where you can help support the fighters, you can help them financially in a way that we don't have a 401k.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to do things on your own to set up for retirement, but when you're making only enough to pay for the camp and then pay for your bills until your next fight, it is tough. It is tough. So when you have something that maybe you can rely on, like as a backup, like a little 401k action, that's always good for the fighters. Appreciate you guys doing that for sure.
Absolutely.
Do you think in your early career when you're trying to get started, if something like this was around to help give you some of that support, it could help some of those like early hurdles or like obstacles that get in the way of like your training and kind of preparing for fights and getting to where you really want to be?
Well, I would say like if you yes, absolutely. If you cashed it out, but like instant gratification, yes, that's always an option. But I think more than that, it would be like a peace of mind, like something that even somebody like you're training your girls like this isn't stable. You have no stability. What if you don't fight next one? You have no retirement. We don't have insurance. Just to have something set back is always a peace of mind. So that's just one more thing off your mind. When you're in the gym, you don't have to worry about it. So
Focus.
it's for a different reason, yes, absolutely. But there still is the instant gratification of cashing it out.
Absolutely, you got to do what you got to do.
If you want to.
If you need it, 1,000%. Use it for what you need it for. But if you don't need it and you can say, hey, I can delay it, it's not greed. I'm not spending on junk. I can save this and allow this to appreciate. You got to remember that crypto, for the most part, has a set number of coins that can be released. So when you have that, what that means is as more people comes in, as there's more, the community gets bigger and bigger and bigger, that's less supply for it to get out, which means the price goes up at a faster mark. That's the difference between cryptocurrency and your traditional stock market. You'll see Ford, you'll see Chevy just create more and more and more stock, that's why the price doesn't go up as much as cryptocurrency, but that can't happen within cryptocurrency. So absolutely, if you just hold in cryptocurrency, it has been told since the beginning of time, Bitcoin did a 6.5 million X since the beginning.
Wow,
so for
that's
every
awesome.
dollar that you put in $6.5 million.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy.
I'm not saying that every coin is going to do a 6.5 million X, but I am saying that there's a lot of money to be made in cryptocurrency, and we're just beginning.
Yeah.
Awesome. And we have the hurricane coming back. You got a couple more questions for our guy over here. What's going on, Ian?
Yeah, man. I got some pool time. Enjoyed. Got some sun. Chaz, what is up, man, dude? It's so good to see you. First off, like a lot of people, like this guy's 19-3. Like you have such an amazing record. You're 8-3-1 in the UFC. And I just want to talk about one of your last fights, not your last one, but before that, you literally walked in the cage and stood there waiting for your fighter to come. and the fighter didn't come, and the fight was over. Did you get paid? Like, what was the experience like?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the first time somebody hasn't came and I got paid.
Let's go. Show and win.
Like it.
No, so
Just drop
yeah.
the mic.
Initially,
I mean, because you won that fight, right?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
What
So-
happened to the guy?
any other? So I was in. I know. Oh my gosh, I just had a brain fart of his name. Jamal. Anyways.
Jamal something. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've known him for a long time, which is why it makes it worse. Because we trained together back when I was with Team Takedown a long time ago, and I was supposed to be the second person to walk out, and they had me come out first. And as I walked past, so in the Apex there, they have like this dressing room next to this dressing room. So his dressing room was just right next to mine. And as I walked out, the door was open, and I saw him in there like kind of screaming and like slamming, like hitting the mat. And I was just like, well, that's strange, because I like to stay super calm because I don't want to waste any energy. I stay calm in the back, I stay calm in the fight, and I'm not trying to waste any energy. And I got in there, and they played my music once, and then they played my music again, and I was like, oh man, there's something not right here. And I looked up at the tape of my glove. I was like, oh fuck, I was supposed to walk out second. So then I see a commissioner come over like, anyways, he ended up having back spasms while he was warming up. Just real bad back spasms right before we walked out, and he couldn't make the walk. I initially, the first thought that goes through your head is like, oh, this motherfucker, like, what's the deal?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're both out there trying to make a paycheck. He would have walked out there if he could have. It had to have been something that was pretty painful.
Yeah, I mean, those situations are very unique. Like, I remember Tom Breeze got in his car, drove away, and I had the same reaction. He shut off his phone, turned off Instagram. I had the same reaction. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? Like, but then I realized, like, man, he's dealing with some mental issues. I was like, man, what, you just got nervous, drove away? But he has some serious things going on. It's just so anticlimactic. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, did you have to go like hit mitts or something, or like, did you feel like?
No, I
weird?
just went and took a bunch of shots. I was like, well, it's time to party, I guess. But to answer your initial question, they initially told me that they were going to give me my show, but not my win. And then I was like, all right, I guess there's not much I can do about it. I called Sean Shelby to discuss my side of it. I said, any other sport,
Yeah.
one team walks on the playing field, the other team doesn't walk on the playing field. It's not a no contest. It's a forfeit. That's a win.
Yeah.
I won that fight. I don't give a fuck what you said. I made the walk. I was in the cage. I got a phone call from Hunter about 2 weeks later. He said him and Dana were in there discussing the fights, and then they discussed mine and realized I didn't get my win bonus, so they were going to give me my win bonus. So they paid me both.
Man.
Yeah,
Well,
so they took care of me.
nice. Yeah, I had the same experience. So shout out to the UFC, for taking care of that. And
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like,
yeah.
and anytime you don't have to get punched in the face and get a nice paycheck, like that's a good day. At the same time, you want to. Yeah, your friend. I mean, it was the Apex, but I had all my family and friends out in London. So and like they're like, what do we do now? So
Yeah.
that was in a weird situation, but. Like, what do you think for fighters? Because sometimes fighters don't make it to the fight. They don't get paid anything. They spend all this money on camp, and then you see a company like Marshall Inu, a cryptocurrency, saying, "Hey, we're still going to pay you sponsorship."
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen that?
No, I mean, that's an amazing thing. And I've been around the sport a long time. I started fighting back in 2006 or 2007,
Wow.
right after I got out of college. And I've been around the sport since then, and I haven't seen anything like it. So it's amazing. It's an amazing thing. It's God, the sport has grown, and it seems like the sport has grown in popularity, but things haven't changed like other sports when they grew in popularity. Like, we're on the mainstream platform, but man, we're 1099, but
Right
we're getting
there.
treated like employees.
Yeah.
Basically. So
Yeah.
we're getting taxed like 1099. We are 1099 and getting treated like employees. We don't have any leverage. We don't have any say, but we're expected to do the things that employees do. We don't have insurance, but we're expected to do the things that employees do. So when you have somebody like this step in, and it takes a little precedence, it's awesome. It's kind of groundbreaking, trend setting, and I hope it is trend setting, to be honest. I hope other companies follow suit. It's not bad to be copycatted. It's actually you know,
Form
in
of flattery.
business.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, when Crypto.com did it, we didn't even see it as necessarily a bad thing because at the end of the day, more fighters got paid.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so
Oh, it's great.
It's a win-win when people copy us, whatever. Like,
I don't think it's a bad thing to be copycatted. Yeah.
not at all.
No. Especially, I mean, as the sport grows and grows, and this is the thing, when MRI hangs around and still getting bigger and bigger, will get noticed.
Yeah.
And the thing is yeah, they're the big boys on the scene. Everyone knows that. But when they do that, they know who MRI is. Obviously, that wouldn't have came up if it wasn't for MRI. So as I think what big companies look to see is they want to see if they're here for the long haul. 'Cause
Yeah.
there are a lot of companies that are just, we got our little 2 cents in and that's it, and we pumped the price and that's it. But when you see a company or a cryptocurrency like MRI hanging in there, fighting, scratching, creating new technology, doing new things, and just still doing what they set out forth to do, it's kind of similar like MMA, or any type of sport. It's that little guy that's fighting and scratching and just saying, hey, we want to be in the scene too. And sooner or later, you're welcomed within the group. So
Absolutely. When everybody else kind of fall, these people, even if they're bigger, if they're smaller, they're going to come in, they're going to emulate. Some people are going to get paid off this, some people aren't, but they're going to go away eventually, and you guys are still going to be here. So it's going to say a lot about you and your company and what you stand for.
Absolutely.
Stand for the fighters.
Yeah, well, Chaz, thank you so much for showing up, man. It's so good to see you. Congrats on such an amazing career. Like, who knows? You still signed. You
Yeah.
still might take another fight. I mean, this guy, besides winning the belt, man, that's a good career. 8-3. You came out unscathed. For the most part.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. You made a living on it, and you made a platform, and you're just a true inspiration for a lot of people that want to be in the UFC.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
cheers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cheers.
Salute. Thank you, Marshall.
We'll get you one. Get this man a beer.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.